As paratroopers battled German forces inland, more than 150,000 soldiers stormed the Normandy beaches. The British quickly secured the immediate area on Sword Beach. Within an hour, they were headed inland to join the paratroopers that were dropped earlier that morning. Juneau was taken by British and Canadian forces. A reef and unfavorable conditions at sea held up their armored support, leaving the men exposed without reinforcements. Juneau was the second bloodiest beach on D-Day. The beaches of Gold, Juneau, and Sword were well supported by a British glider-borne preliminary attack, which successfully captured 2 bridges over the Orne River and Caen Canal. Fortunately for the British, French and American cruisers knocked out 3 of the 4 heavy German guns at the Lons-sur-Mer battery. Under Field Marshal Rommel's command, the Germans had built the Atlantic Wall, which spanned over 3,000 miles across northern Europe. Of all the D-Day beaches, Omaha was the bloodiest, claiming thousands of American lives. These young men waded their way to shore through a barrage of fire. Many of them drowned as their heavy packs pulled their injured bodies underwater. For those who reached the shore, the surviving men attempted to make the deadly run across the open beaches. It was an ambitious attempt to reach the seawall. The massive fortifications along the bluffs were armed with heavy cannons and machine gun nests. American soldiers were open targets. General Eisenhower knew the attack on the Normandy beaches would be at a great loss of lives and a tremendous risk, that he himself prepared a speech for our withdrawal. He carried it in his pocket on D-Day, and it read,
"Our landings in the Cherbourg-Havre area have failed to gain a satisfactory foothold, and I have withdrawn the troops. My decision to attack at this time and place was based on the best information available. The troops, the air, and the Navy did all that bravery and devotion to duty could do. If any blame or fault attaches to the attempt, it is mine alone."
In between the 2 beaches of Omaha and Utah, Army Rangers assaulted Pointe du Hoc. President Ronald Reagan described the assault best at the 40th anniversary of D-Day.
225 Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs. Their mission was one of the most difficult and daring of the invasion: to climb these sheer and desolate cliffs and take out the enemy guns. The Allies had been told that some of the mightiest of these guns were here, and they would be trained on the beaches to stop the Allied advance. The Rangers looked up and saw the enemy soldiers at the edge of the cliffs shooting down at them with machine guns and throwing grenades, and the American Rangers began to climb. They shot rope ladders over the face of these cliffs and began to pull themselves up. When one Ranger fell, another would take his place. When one rope was cut, a Ranger would grab another and begin his climb again. They climbed, shot back, and held their footing. Soon, one by one, the Rangers pulled themselves over the top, and in seizing the firm land at the top of these cliffs, they began to seize back the continent of Europe.